Hi, Anna Carson here. I thought I would do a video to explain a little bit about how I work with Lightcodes. If anybody has had a session with me, then you'll know that often Lightcodes or activation codes come into my sessions quite a lot. It might be that we're working with one initially or that we use one as part of the correction. But I wanted to explain a little bit about, well, what Lightcodes are for anybody who doesn't know what they are, but also what I do with them or how I work with them is maybe quite different to how other people work with them. So Lightcodes are channeled coding, which really speak to the soul. So they go beyond the conscious mind, they go beyond our own language, and they really they speak to something within us, a coding within us, and they activate things within us. So light language or light coding, light codes can look very different. So they exist from many different dimensions and vibrations and stuff. And so it's always really important when you're working with light codes is to be very discerning about what resonates for you, because there'll be some that really you can feel them activating. For me, I get a lot of sensations within my body. I get a lot of energy surging through my body. And I can really feel when it's just like, okay, this is for me. Others I can look at and I just get nothing from it at all. It doesn't do anything. It's not about being right or wrong or anything like that. It's just about being this vibrational match. And so it's only you that can determine that and whether it's a vibrational match for you. And the light codes, they activate different things within us. We hold DNA coding. We hold coding within our DNA, not only from our genetics and our ancestry, but we hold coding from our soul, from our past lives, from our star origins. We hold a lot of other coding which exists beyond this plane. And so this is what these codes are really accessing that and starting to activate it. And when these are activated, this is what starts to bring through gifts or more psychic abilities or an expansion of our consciousness or our understanding of things. It's there which brings forward what it is that we're yearning to bring into the world. So they're like when I talk about the soul's original blueprint, that we're always wanting to clear the way for that to come through. These light codes are about activating. It's almost like, if I go back to, if you've watched any of my other videos around soul code or around the blueprint, I see the source light coming through, and then we have our blueprint. And I guess the codes really, it's almost like putting more pin pricks, your holes into the soul code so more light can come through it. So it's activating, opening these holes, opening the apertures to allow the light to come through. So they're amazingly powerful and you're beautiful things which, like I say, go beyond the consciousness, go beyond our understanding, and we just have to trust that that what we're feeling is not trusting as in there's nothing going to be bad, because they don't introduce new things. This is about always activating what is within us, but we are trusting that what is happening is it is happening, I guess, and that we're able to bring through what we need to bring through with these. So I'll just show you a couple of examples so they can look quite different. At the moment, I'm working with Jodie Simpson's light codes a lot. I'm starting to bring through my own, mainly in my, kind of my VIP one-on-one working and my group work and my group offerings. There's not really ones to be shared publicly at the moment, but they are for my clients. And so I'm bringing some through, but I also work a lot with Jodie Simpson's light codes at the moment. So they can be looking very different. So this is, if you can see that one, there's this one here, and then this one here is obviously very, very different. And they will activate within us different aspects of ourselves, being able to come into alignment, being able to bring forward different things about ourselves. And so it is about, like I say, activating things and helping other aspects of ourselves to come back into alignment. So it might be, so some of the ones that Jodie works with is working with the meridians, and so that is helping the meridian to come back into alignment for our highest potential, and other ones are, like I say, activating stuff. And so how I work with them is really about helping the body, the emotional body, the physical body, the nervous system, the energetics, the energetic body, helping us to be able to be ready to hold this light, ready to be activated and hold this increased of light. Because there's no it's really preparing the way for these codes then to be able to be received, accepted, integrated, embodied with the most ease and grace. I know when I first, so I have a light code tattoo, which I received about 2.5 years ago now. And when I first received it, it was a huge activation for me, but it also, for the next 3 or 4 days, it brought up a lot of stuff for me. It was doing a lot. It was doing a lot of work, and I became a bit physically ill. Emotionally, I was all over the place. There was a lot of fears, a lot of stuff coming up. And so this can happen. But what I'm doing when I'm working with is I'm always almost kind of doing that beforehand. So I'm preparing the way, I'm removing or accessing and uncovering the fears that might be around activating this stuff or bringing this stuff into alignment. I'm clearing the way from the nervous system to be able to expand, to be able to hold this greater energy, to be able to hold this greater light. I'm working with anything past life, anything that needs to be cleared to allow you to be that channel, to be able to embody that and bring it forward, whatever it is that's activating, whatever is coming in alignment, to be able to hold that. Because this is, every time we're doing this, this is about expansion. This is about being able to hold greater light, being able to channel stuff, more things through you, being able to be that clearer channel for the work or for your purpose, whatever it is that you're here to be doing, being that clearer channel. So I'm almost preparing you to be able to receive it, and then when you're having that integration period, it's a lot easier. You're not having all of the stuff coming up and the fears and the physical symptoms so much, because we've already identified what it would be activating and we've cleared those fears already. So it's a very different way of working with them, and what it also means is that we can get a lot more, we can activate a lot more from these codes. There's always divine timing with this. There's a perfect timing, and often I'll use one code 1 month and I'll maybe come back to it 2 or 3 months later, and because of the work that I've done in between, I'll actually be able to activate more within myself. I'll get a lot more from it. And that's a natural process, that each time we use codes that we will get something else from it, because we're ready to be activated within or to come into alignment at that time. And so what I'm doing is kind of speeding up the process, I guess, really allowing you to be ready for them, to embody it, and bring that forward. Because as I've said before, the time is now. The universe, we can see the amount of turmoil that's going on in the universe, or not in the universe, but on the planet just now. There's a lot of shadow coming up. There's a lot of chaos and all sorts of stuff. And so we really need to bring as much light forward as possible. Our energy, our work, our words, our activations, we need to bring them forward. And so these codes are really helping us to make that jump and be able to take that go to that next level, and bring that next stuff forward. So I love working with them, and I go through processes as well. I've worked with codes for a good couple of years now, and I go through processes or different stages of working with certain ones, and that'll be for a few months, and generally the clients that I'm working with are kind of unconsciously ready for those ones, and so we'll use those ones, and then I move on and I use some different ones, because I'm ready to up level and bring something further through, and then the clients also then will also be that vibrational match to be ready for those codes. So it's always a process, and you'll find that I work with somebody's codes for a while, and then afterwards it's like, okay, that's we're no longer a vibrational match for whatever reason, nothing good, nothing bad, it's just that's how it goes, and we move on to somebody else, and we gain their medicine. So it's a beautiful process, very powerful, beautifully, activating, and really that taking those jumps forward to be able to reach our potential, which is really what we're wanting to do and wanting to bring forward. So I hope that helps a little bit, explain a little bit about how I work with them, and how it is different. It's not just about bringing the codes through, it's about really preparing you to be able to really hold that energy and body as much as possible at this time, without having the the flare-ups or whatever else might come through with them. So I'd love to hear any comments as always, about any, if you've been working with codes, how you found them, and or if any questions about codes or how I work with them, do just drop me a line. And if you'd like to work with me, then again, please do get in contact. I'd love to connect with you further. All right, lots of love. Have a gorgeous day. Bye.